Chip Walters, and you're listening to Rutherford County's Blue Raider station.
Yeah, we got them. MTSU Sports on WGNS, AM, FM, online. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
WGNS, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, MTE's charitable foundation, Sharing Change, is funded by members who round up their electric bills to the nearest dollar each month as a donation and support hundreds of local nonprofits. Find out more at sharingchange.org. We're talking Murfreesboro City Schools today. Lisa Trail joins us here in studio, and I was about to say it's not a holiday, but it is the first day of spring, so our streak kind of continues.
It does. We'll count it. We'll count it. I'm always here on holidays.
Oh, seems that way. Well, at least it's not spring break week, because I have a feeling that it would have been hard to find you and anybody else.
I'll be working.
Oh, really?
It'll be hard to find a teacher or a child.
Yeah.
The district is still open.
I gotcha. I didn't know how all of that went, but that's next week.
It is. It begins, I guess it begins officially Friday afternoon for every child and teacher and parent.
You know, John and I have talked about this on the morning show about that, because he was 40 years in education and, you know, a principal. And, you know, it seems like even if you've got a week off, you know, they want to stretch it out to an extra day. And, you know, you've mentioned this before, attendance is very important. So being there in your seat on Friday is really big.
It's very important. We are not finished. So, in fact, we were just talking about that this morning. We still have weeks and weeks of class to go. So it's very important, not only for this Friday, but for the Monday after spring break and all the way through the end of the school year, to have children in school on time and ready to learn.
Yeah. Spring break is almost like that, you know, this is the last push, but there are important weeks, and I'm sure testing and all that kind of thing coming up.
Oh, absolutely. Testing comes up. But even with testing, when we're talking about testing, that's for our upper grades. We have lots of activities going on with our kids, and it's really that summarization of what all we've learned through the school year and prepping those students for summer and the following year. But there's a lot of new learning to be had as well. So not a time to back off of having children in school, that's for sure.
Well, I know that everybody is just really looking forward to spring break, and today being the first day of spring, I'm sure that while you do have some work, it's not as busy as a regular day, hopefully, for you.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a different kind of day, and but we're looking forward to it. I'm so glad. It looks like the weather's going to be great for our spring break, and I want everyone to enjoy themselves. It's time. Everybody needs a little bit of mental break. We didn't have all the snow days that we typically have, so you didn't get those really good days off just to mentally be ready for coming back to school. But it's been amazing. Last week was an amazing week for us. We had our music festival on Monday night, and we had almost 400 students singing together. Our music performance was amazing. I am in awe of our music and band teachers being able to rehearse separately and then perform together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you have 13 schools rehearsing their parts separately. So just the choreography of that and just thinking it through, it's amazing. Then they come together and they perform just a splendid, it was amazing. It was just a great performance. So that was Monday night. Wednesday night, we had our STEAM in the City. I'm sorry, that was Thursday, STEAM in the City. And again, all of our STEM certified and those looking for STEM certification coming together to showcase the work that they do throughout the school year. It's incredible what our students are learning and what they're able to talk to you about and what they've achieved in one small school year.
Yeah, and the being able to talk to you about what they've learned is an important skill.
Oh, absolutely. You know, what the problem was, how they prepared for the problem, how they figured out that, this answer doesn't work, let's rethinking again. Just that whole engineering and designing aspect of it, really, when you get to listen to the students, and whether they're in second grade or sixth grade, they know what they're doing. Just kudos to them and to the teachers who are working so hard.
And a lot of adults learned some things too, I guess, didn't they?
Absolutely. I had to actually, one of the groups that was given me their engineering project were second graders, and I had to get them to repeat it. I was like, well, I'm not sure I understood that. Let's do that one again. And again, they're just so talented, and what their little minds are able to produce, it's great.
We've got Lisa Trail with Murfreesboro City Schools joining us. I wanted to go back to the concert event because you mentioned that they were learning all of their parts separately. They didn't have one time to come together? That was just on stage that night?
They came together that afternoon.
They
got there
once.
early, and they practiced. Oh, probably I'd say I saw one full performance. So they probably had 2 or 3 together. So they got there early, I think about 1 o'clock, and they performed at 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
So in the middle of that, we had to have, snacks and dinner
sure.
and, all that good stuff. But it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, that's awesome.
And that's those music teachers really working together in their professional learning communities to talk about who's doing what, and they were ready to go. So it was just fantastic.
And such an important part of, reading, writing, arithmetic, if you want to use an old word there. But, the arts are very important, and it's good that we have a focus on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we did talk about spring break, but summer school?
Oh, yeah,
Really?
Summer school. Okay, so we have spring break this coming week. So we're in this is our last week before spring break. But this Friday, so the day before we get out for spring break, summer school registration is due. So if you're a parent who is trying to debate whether you are going to send your child to summer school or not, we need to know that this week, because we are already planning, preparing, making sure we have the appropriate number of teachers, the appropriate classrooms, schools, meals, all the preparation we have to have. We're in the middle of it. So we have about 800 students signed up for summer school right now, but we don't want to leave anyone out. So especially if you're a third grader and you or have a third grade student and you're worried about that retention law, we really need you to sign up for summer school. And again, it's open for kindergarten through 6. So if your child needs summer school, you need to be talking with us about it and talking to the teachers. And the teachers should be giving you guidance as well.
Do you know how many schools will be used, or is that determined by the number of students who utilize this?
It is determined by the number of students that utilize it. We are planning for 5 schools.
Oh, wow.
So we would have 5 schools, because other schools are getting new roofs or getting new carpet, or not carpet, but new flooring and that kind of stuff. So we have to really look at what our maintenance team is doing over the summer, what the painters are doing over the summer. You have to really look at what's going on, where ESP is going to be. It's a lot goes on in the summer that we have to do when children aren't there. So right now there are 5 schools that are set aside for summer school.
Boy, I bet the maintenance department is awfully busy in the summer.
Oh, they are. They are tremendously busy. They stay busy, but those summer, you have those, 8 weeks, short weeks to really get a lot of things done that you don't want to do while kids are in the building.
Sure. So this Friday is the deadline for summer school. You mentioned third graders and that retention. I'm sure that any third grade parent has had lots of conversations with teachers and all about this. So
yes. Yeah. If you're a third grade parent and you don't know about the new retention law, I don't know how you couldn't. Give me a call. That's all I can tell you, because as much as we have talked about it, I don't know how you couldn't. But again, there's always a possibility that you're new. So
summer school, this is a fairly new thing, is it not? It kind of was born out of COVID and that year, and was very successful, I understand.
Yeah, so summer school is so much fun for the kids, but there's so much learning that happens as well. It will be from 7:30 until 12:30, I believe, and we'll feed, there's lunch provided in that. ESP will be around it, so if you go to work at 6 a.m., you can drop your child off in ESP until summer school starts. The teachers are so... I don't want to use the word fun, but because it's a smaller class size, they're so intentional and they have just so much purpose that the kids are so vested in it, and the interaction is just great. So, and you want summer school to be a little bit more fun, right? You
Sure.
don't want them going, oh, it's my June and you're taking it away from me. So a lot of hands-on learning, a lot of engineering, math, a lot of reading, but in different ways. So it's a great, kids really actually, I don't want to say they enjoy it, but they really do enjoy it. It is a good session.
And it doesn't mean that it's the entire summer is spent in summer school. They're shorter days, but it's about a month or so.
It's just
isn't it?
1 month. It's the month of June. So pretty much if you look at it, it's during that month of June. And again, it's 8:30 to 12:30, so kids have plenty of time to get home and have fun afterwards and do whatever you want to do. And it also, by us doing it only in June, it allows parents to have those vacation plans for July.
And it also helps those children who really need help in certain areas to get them on grade level to start the very next year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So sign-ups by this week, this Friday, and I'm sure you can go to cityschools.net or talk to your teachers.
Talk to your teacher.
Talk to your
teacher, your principal. They'll help you walk through the process. People are used to talking to teachers, so I like to say that.
Yeah.
Summer school registration is an online process, but if you have questions about it, your teacher's your best knowledge. Yeah. And then we'll go to, if not that, or your assistant principal, you can call central office, whatever makes the parent feel best. We will go that way. We also have kindergarten registrations that's going to come up in May. So if you have a child that is turning 5 before August 15th of this year, they are eligible for kindergarten. So all of that will be given after spring break. We're going to get past that and we'll start giving information about kindergarten registration. But we do need to know they're coming as well, because that's how we plan. I mean, we plan classrooms based on how many students say they're coming back to us.
Sure.
And as kindergartners are always so much fun.
Oh, of course.
So much fun.
Of course.
And by going ahead and getting registered for kindergarten in the spring, it allows us to send you information about Kinder Camp, which is a summer program for kindergartners to get, it's 1 week, just like tour them through schools, teach them how to go through a cafeteria line, what's a room meeting, what does a gym look like, and all that. And ESP does a tremendous job with that. So once you sign up for kindergarten, because people say, why sign up early? We're going to give you so much information over the summer that's going to help you prepare yourself and your child for kindergarten.
That all-important milk carton opening.
All-important milk carton opening.
I'm sure our EA spends so much time opening milk cartons. So that's always fun. I did want to make mention, too, that not only after the week of spring break, the following week, Good Friday, so there's a 4-day week.
We are a 4-day week then, yes.
So
Absolutely.
just a few calendar things. Anything else on your mind?
Well, Excellence in Education is coming up. That's our City Schools Foundation. We are so privileged to have a foundation for our city schools. So their large fundraising event is April 15th. It will be held at Copper Ridge this year. And again, it's Excellence in Education. If you want to know more about it, we can certainly give you details about that. We are honoring Charlie Patel, and who has done a whole lot for our community behind the scenes. So we're thrilled to honor him. I think we're looking at a sold-out crowd already. So that's one of the things that Tori and I are going to be working on this afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a sellout, right?
Sure, absolutely. And I'm sure for businesses out there, maybe an opportunity for them to help and participate and sponsor.
Absolutely. The foundation is really a group of business leaders that come together to help with parity dollars, for one thing, for our schools who have a little bit harder time, and then also with our teacher grants. And this year they are giving out probably close to $100,000 between teacher grants and parity dollars. And those teacher grants really fun things that are new and different and unique for those classrooms or for the school itself. And to be able to do that is incredible. Starts a lot of those programs. We started at one school through a grant, and you see it pick up at another school and another school until it's really just become that's the mainstay. So nice to see that.
Lisa, I appreciate you stopping in today. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Happy spring break coming up.
Thank you.
Lisa Trail joining us here this morning. And don't forget, check Rutherford Issues podcast at WGNSradio.com to find out more.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids